into Tits and Giggles this week. So this is going to be a great episode because it's different from my prior episodes. I have talked about women with natural huge boobs on most of my episodes. So I wanted to get the other side of the spectrum, women that weren't born with naturally big boobs, and just understand their struggles that they have gone through. So I'm interviewing someone who just got breast augmentation surgery. So this is going to be a great interview, guys, and meet my guest this week.
My name is Barbra Sanchez. I've been a publicist for almost 15 years now. It's been a minute. But I'm also a social activist. I do a lot of mentoring for a lot of young women as well. And I recently got breast augmentation, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
What led you into getting breast augmentation surgery?
So this has a story behind it, and I feel that this is so important for me to talk about real fast because as a young woman myself, when I was like 24, 25, I'm 38 now. But
you don't even look 38.
Thank you. Thanks. But yeah, so, I got married at 26, something like that. And I went through some domestic violence situations. And so with my ex-husband, and so he kind of put that on my head. All the girls that he used to cheat on me with used to have big boobs, and
all
these things. Right. So it was more of a mental thing for me.
So did he say a lot of stuff damaging about your boob size? Or was it just everything in general?
I mean, it was everything in general, but I feel that when I found out about all the girls that he cheated on me with, he did mention that. He was like, well, they all had great boobs,
Wow.
Right.
Terrible. Oh my God.
Yeah. So that could really damage you, mentally in a major way. So it does put a toll on your, your self-esteem, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I wasn't good enough for this man, right? Because I didn't have, big boobs or whatever, which is ridiculous now thinking about it. I was younger back then. I was, I didn't have all the mental support that I have now. I wasn't seeing a psychologist or nothing like that. I didn't have any professional help at the moment. So
right.
That affected me in a whole different level that now when I look back at it, I'm like, that is so ridiculous. Plus, before that, I was like, I always wanted to have bigger, breasts. I was like, okay, I wonder what that feels like, just to have that improvement, so to speak. So mine was more of an insecurity on that end. It's more psychological than anything, but I feel it's important to talk about this because there's a lot of women like myself feeling like that, feeling undervalued and have been mistreated and whatnot. And so that's what led to my decision. But it took me about 10, 11 years to really come to this decision and really be like, okay, I need to get this done.
Oh, wow.
But at this point, it was for me. It was for me, not for whatever happened in the past.
All right.
Wait,
you just got your surgery?
I just got it, girl. I just got it in April.
Wow. Yeah. Everyone's getting, this is the best time to get surgery.
This is the best time to get it. There's nothing going on. So I was like, it's now or never, because if we go back to normal events, red carpets, press junkets, oh hell no. I will never be able to do that, and be on the couch, recovering. There's no way. My clients will go crazy. I know, I'm so excited. They're still fluffing down. It's a process too, because at first they're going to be up here to your neck. Okay. You're like, oh my God. And then they start fluffing down, but it is frustrating too, because it's a slow process too. So you got to be massaging them, every 7 times a day, whatever it is. And then you got to be it's like a 6-month process for them to finally settle.
Celebrities, they just get surgery and they just act like they're so normal so quick.
Of course, because you never know. See, everything that everybody posts and on social media is never real time. People don't know that. So they might tell you, I just got it, and they probably got it 6 months, 7 months ago. But you're never gonna know that because they're so good at hiding situations and things from them. It's funny because I was always false advertising because everybody thought I always had big boobs. I used to stuff my bra.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You have the tricks, you're like, okay, the socks, the push-up bra, all those things. So when I got my breast augmentation, everybody's like, wait, so you mean to tell me you didn't have any boobs? Like, what do you mean? I always thought you had big boobs. I was like,
girls with these camera angles, the angles make them
girl,
appear skinnier or bigger or thicker, or these angles.
filters. I mean,
For sure, you know, you in the industry, so it's a lot of probably celebrities out there that don't look like themselves online.
Not at all. Not at all. I seen them in person, and I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't even recognize them when I first met them in person. I was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And they're like, it's me, so and so. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Oh.
Oh, they look really different in real life. So, like, one of them was Kim. You know?
Wait, you said Kim looks different in real life?
Yeah, she looks super different in real life. Well, when I first met her, she looked nothing like what she looks now. For sure.
The episode before my last, we were talking about Khloe Kardashian and how we felt like she was so pressured based on her sisters to get all this plastic surgery because she didn't want to be called the big sister because she was tall. Sister. And then like in real life, I know a lot of people that met her in real life back in the day, and they said she wasn't even that big. It was just the camera.
Yeah, but that's what this Hollywood society makes you out to be. Insecure and like, I'm not up to par with everyone else. I have to look like this. This is the model. This is what we're supposed to be looking like. So it is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I never felt like that. I felt like that before because I'm surrounded by gorgeous, women all the time and
right.
Models and all that stuff. But over time, I learned to accept myself the way I am, and not go so extreme with this plastic surgeries, to the point where people don't even recognize who you are anymore.
Right. I interviewed someone that's trying to get an entertainment. She's an actress, and she was saying how her boobs are actually too big, and a casting director told her she couldn't fit in the clothes, so he couldn't cast her. So yeah,
that's a problem too. That's a problem. See, we have those problems where girls are like, oh, my breasts are too big, I want to get a breast reduction.
Do you feel that, in your profession, women get ahead the bigger their boobs are? They get more clients, more people want to work with them?
Yes and no. Okay. And I'm going to cover why yes and why not. Yes, in the sense that, if men are looking at you to be their representative, their publicist, if they're rappers, specifically rappers. I know the rappers on the bus, but if they, they look at you up and down. And I always notice that when I meet rappers, they're like checking you out. That's number one with them. So if you're already a good looking woman, they're automatically going to want to, work with you because of that.
Wow.
But I noticed, right? It's so crazy. That's just how it works sometimes. But also, I've seen other men which are more professional, that are also rappers or comedians or actors, whatever, that really don't look at that. They really want to see what who have you worked with, and who you're representing at the moment. I was mentored by Ray J and Brandy and
wow, oh my God, girl. Brandy, how sweet that she helped mentor you.
Yeah, she was amazing. Actually, that's the time when Kim Kardashian was her stylist at that time. She was her assistant. So she will be in and out of the house. And then Snoop, it's related to Ray J too, which I represent Snoop too. Currently I represent Snoop and Uncle Snoop's Army, which is a booking agency in correlation with Bobby D Presents. And so me and my business partner, Patricia Torres, we both handle O.T. Genasis, Bone Thugs and Harmony. We recently signed Exhibit. So yeah, there's a lot of good artists on our.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah, it's exciting to work with all the legends.
You focus on music or all types of entertainment, like
all
actors?
types of entertainment. Yeah, I have influencers, I have actors, comedians, athletes.
What size are you now?
I'm a 40 B.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Lord, I think I was an A cup. I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I was really small. Like, girl. My mom used to teach me, like, see, my sister and I don't know what it is. My mom's side of the family, they all have big boobs, like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Even my dad's, like everybody has big boobs. I don't know what it was with me and my sister, but we just didn't get that. When I used to try all this like dresses or blouses or whatever, like they were so empty. I was like, oh my God. And now it's like I try little things, you know, like this little bra that I have on right now. It's like super cute.
Yes.
Right? It's super cute. And I'm like, oh my, see this used to fit me so big. Like it was crazy. Like it was so bad. And now I'm like, I put little things like this and it's like, whoa, like huge difference. I'm like, oh my God, I love it.
Right. Because I got huge boobs, girl. So I be having them out though all the time. So I feel how you're feeling now.
Yeah. It's a big adjustment. And they don't really look huge, which is what I love about it. PSI California, which is where I went to get my surgery done. Really, Dr. Hakeem really did a wonderful job.
Dr. Hakeem?
Yes.
He was black?
Was that?
Was he black?
No, I think he's Middle Eastern.
His name was Hakeem. Oh, they got Hakeems out there everywhere.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was like a black American name. Okay. Dr. Hakeem.
Right. Yeah. He's a really nice surgeon, really experienced, 20 plus years. And
oh, good.
Yeah, no, I did my research, and this is why I wanted to speak on this too, because a lot of girls don't look at those things. They just go, they just go to their appointment, and the surgeon pretty much tells them what to do, and they don't even bother looking at the benefits and the cons that in between silicone and saline. That's so important to know, because you have a rupture, you have no idea that something's leaking in your body if you have silicone, and because they tell you, they're like you'll be good in 4 weeks. 6 weeks, yeah, right. You're not completely good. Right. I mean, you might be off of the pain by then, but you're still kind of struggling with lifting up heavy stuff, or not even heavy, just even going to the restroom the first week.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't even, I mean, this is TMI, but it's important for girls to know. I couldn't even wipe myself.
You know what? The girl that I interviewed that had her reduction, she told me that her best friend bathed her.
Yeah. That's what my best friend had to do. He had to like get in there, like, and it was like, oh my God,
that is love. That's real love. My best friend.
That was love for sure. Yeah, he's like a brother to me, so thank God for that he was here taking care of me. But yeah, it was that he had to feed me. He had to I couldn't even, because you cannot lift your arms. You feel like a T-Rex.
Right.
You wake up, you're like on a wrap, like a mummy. So, and then after that, you have to go the second day. You have to go for your first follow-up, and then they give you a special bra. It was super uncomfortable for me, painful. It was the first week was definitely very hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever tells you otherwise is completely lying.
Wow.
I was in pain, but I was nowhere near to when the anesthetics were up. I had to get them every 4 hours, because I was like, after the 4 hours will pass by, I'll be like in so much pain. I was like, my poor friend, he was like, I was like yelling at him from the other room. I'm like, I need my pain meds. And he's like, I'm coming.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a quick question. So this friend,
yeah,
are you single? Is he single?
Oh yeah. No, we're totally family. That's the thing. We're totally
I'm like, y'all could have made a good couple, because that's love. That's love out there. So is there any tips and advice that you can give to women that want to get breast augmentation surgery? Yes,
absolutely. Number one and most important is do the research on the surgeon. Make sure that he's board certified. But there's 2 certifications they need to have. So they can actually, if anybody has questions about this, they can DM me on Instagram, Barbra Sanchez PR. But number one, do your research on the surgeon, obviously, because some of them are just called specialty surgeons or something like that, and they're not board certified, and that's very dangerous. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. They're not. I mean, they just learn from the guy next door, basically, and they're like, okay, well, let me just try to see and mimic whatever I learned from this guy and kind of experiment on you.
So anybody can be a doctor out here? These people just out here being a doctor and ain't even really doing it.
Yeah, that's why you hear all the horror stories about girls that have gotten BBLs or whatever it is. They're infected, they're about to die because they just went for somebody that was going to charge them, a cheap price, basically. Number two, it's learn what you're going to eat before. Your diet has to change completely.
Okay.
You cannot go into surgery eating Doritos or or chilies or whatever it is. You have to learn what to eat before the surgery, what cut out, alcohol, all that good stuff. And then after the surgery,
you gotta cut out alcohol?
Girl, for 8 weeks, you have to cut out, yeah.
Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, because when you go under the table and they give you the anesthetics, it can get clogged in your arteries, and then you can die from that. So people don't know that sometimes, and they're like, oh, okay, and then they're drinking and doing all this smoking. It's like, it's not healthy for your body to go through that. So you have to cut out certain things. And then after the surgery too, you have to be prepared. You have to go shopping prior. So your fridge is full. So you're not dealing with, having to be like, oh my God, what am I going to cook? Or you can't even do anything, but the person that's going to help you has to be prepared, making sure that they buy straws. Straws are so important because you won't be able to move your hands. I mean, there's so many things when it comes to your diet before and after. And then also, just be mentally prepared, psychological prepared, because I got depressed. I got depressed after. I had depression after because, yeah, your body goes through adjustments that you're not ready for. Your mind is still trying to think, wait, what's going on here? Your body too is like, whoa, your body's pissed. Like, what the hell is this? Like, what are these things right here? Your muscles are like super mad and pissed at you because you're like, they're tired and hurting, and everything's all out of whack. So make sure that you get prepared mentally for those type of situations, and know that if you feel depressed or kind of down or whatever it is, it's completely normal to feel like that. So psychological, it's really important. So if you need to have a support system after the surgery, for sure. And thank you again for having me. I'm so
no problem.
Happy to be here.
No problem.
I had a piece of glass stuck on my foot since Halloween. I stepped on something back then, right? And fast forward, I didn't notice anything until March or February. I woke up one day in severe pain, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And my friend reminded me, he's like, you stepped on something back in Halloween, remember? And I was like, I did? So I went to the ER. Girl, it was a whole situation because they didn't want to remove it. They're like, no, because you couldn't see it. It was so deep in my foot that they were like, no, we're not going to be able to remove it. Anyways, long story short, I finally went to the surgeon. The surgeon's like, okay, this was in March. And they're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get everything situated. Then coronavirus hits. Coronavirus! And I had to deal with that pain for another 6 months. So I recently got the surgery for my foot 3 days ago. I think it was 3 days ago.
Wait.
Yeah. Then I didn't feel anything until recently because my body was pushing it out already, and it looked like a big pimple, right? And I was like, okay, this needs to come out now.
Wow.
Everybody was laughing. They're like, I can't believe that you had your breast augmentation first before you even got that thing out of your.
It was like your priorities. It was like, this is my priorities, my boo.
This is America, people. I mean, it's like the song, this is America,
Do you go see the doctors for My Feet Is Killing Me on TLC?